You need to know blood flow. That is, which structures the blood is flowing through. We always begin with deoxygenated blood, and that will begin in the right atrium. So here we are, we have a cutaway of the heart. This is the right side. Here's the right atrium. So deoxygenated blood is coming from the body through the inferior vena cava, and from the upper portion of the body, the superior vena cava. There is also another blood vessel that drains into the right atrium called the coronary sinus, and that is draining the blood from the heart muscle itself. So we have 3 blood vessels entering the right atrium. The blood then flows through what is called the tricuspid valve. Now there are 2 valves in the heart that are called cuspid valves. Cusp means leaf. They are in the AV septums. So here in the right AV septum is the tricuspid valve. Tri before you bi. This is the bicuspid valve. So the blood flows from the right atrium through the tricuspid valve into the right ventricle. This right ventricle has narrower walls, smaller walls, because it is only pumping blood to the lungs to become oxygenated. So the blood vessel that's going to carry it to the lungs is the pulmonary trunk, and it is guarded by this pulmonary valve. So the blood flows through the pulmonary valve to the pulmonary trunk. This trunk splits into the pulmonary arteries, and it's going to go to the lungs to become oxygenated. It comes back along the pulmonary veins into the left atrium. So we have 4 pulmonary veins, 2 from the left and 2 from the right, entering into the left atrium. From the left atrium, it travels through the tricuspid valve into the left ventricle. Thicker walls here because this blood is going to be pumped throughout the body. This valve here is the aortic valve, so you can imagine that the blood is then flowing through the aorta and out to the body. The heart is a muscle that needs a good blood supply to itself. So here's our aorta, and at the base of the aorta we have branches, the right and left coronary arteries, which are then going to form multiple branches themselves. And these coronary arteries are going to supply the heart muscle with blood. These coronary arteries, well, the more you work your heart, the better your blood supply is. Because what happens is, as you exercise and need more blood to that heart, you're going to have these extensions growing. And they often connect, and it's called an anastomose. And those anastomoses result in alternative pathways for the blood. So if one becomes blocked, one vessel becomes blocked, the other vessels can supply oxygen to that region of the heart. Cardiac veins drain blood from the heart muscle and carry it to the coronary sinus. You may recall that the coronary sinus, here's our coronary sinus over here on the right. So this is the deoxygenated blood draining from the heart, and that's going to go into the right atrium.